You know what? I intended to have a McLaren P1 by now, a $2 million car. I intended to have that. You know what I intended to have? I intended to have a G6 airplane. You know what else I intended to have? I intended to have 9 kids. I intended to be, the road is paved with good intentions. But good intentions never get you anywhere. Please don't miss this. Your current behavior today is a greater indicator of the future than your intentions.
I've built many startups, most of them have failed, so Bitcoin is exactly the place that I like to be.
We're going to end it right there. Have you ever gotten lost? Have you ever been lost in an unfamiliar place, in unfamiliar territory, in unfamiliar country? Have you ever had to ask for directions? That's the topic of today's discussion. You see, today, early this morning, I was out and about, and a foreigner approached me. I was down in Buckhead, getting some early morning coffee, guys, and a foreigner approached me, someone on foot. And this individual asked me, I think it was a French accent, I'm pretty sure it was a French accent, but the individual asked me, he said, "I'm lost, help me find X." Now, he was with I'm gonna be a little honest here, but he was with a pretty young thing with him. He looked like he was in his early 30s or late 20s, so maybe he's a professional, successful man, and he's found himself a young thing, and it brought them all the way here to Atlanta. And lo and behold, on this particular day, on a morning drive that I had, I was at Starbucks, and this man and his pretty young thing asked me for directions. You see, what was really interesting, I gave him the answer, it wasn't too hard. And then as I sat there and as I finished my coffee and my little parfait, my yogurt parfait, I allowed my mind to wander a bit. I remembered quickly the times in which I was in different locations like Tokyo, Japan, having lived there for 3.5 years, having had to learn how to ask in multiple different ways. Where? Genki desu ka? Where is it? Where are we going? All right, where can I find these things? I remember being lost in Paris, France, when I was visiting there once. I had to ask questions about where to get to certain places. I remember when I was even lost in England. Thank God they speak English there. I was lost in England, and I had to ask for directions as well. Certainly when I lived in Korea, I had multiple times when I had to ask for directions and ask how I could find stuff without feeling too embarrassed, because being a Korean in Korea, I don't know, maybe it's a cultural thing, a self-imposed thing, but I always felt like I should have known. Like, bro, you're Korean, you should have known. You know, it's interesting, whenever you travel, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but whenever you travel, we actually prepare ourselves, especially if we're going to a different country where we don't know the language and we don't know the culture, and certainly don't know the cultural nuances and the kind of the aesthetics of that particular area that we're going into. We actually prepare ourselves to be lost, right? We accept. What we have done is we have accepted and acknowledged that we're going to be going into the unknown. When the first time that I visited Russia, the first time I visited Ukraine, the first time I visited the Western and Eastern European countries, I mean, it was clear. I acknowledged that before I was going to be going there, I was acknowledging the fact that I'm moving into the unknown, acknowledged the fact that this is an adventure, and that I will get lost at some point, and in some cases, maybe you even did this as well, but I even prepared in terms of learning some language or learning some phrases in the imminence that I was going to get lost, and I was going to need to use these phrases to get unstuck. You see, when it comes to knowing that we're going to get lost in a different country, we actually prepare for these things. We mentally prepare. We might physically prepare, psychologically prepare. And when we're lost in these different areas, these different countries, what do? We did what my supposed French friend and his pretty young thing did this morning at Starbucks down in Buckhead. They asked for directions. So let's take this a little bit deeper. I had my notebook with me there, and I jotted down a couple notes. And where my mind wandered from is not this whole idea of feeling lost in a location, but feeling lost in life. Have you ever, and here's the real deeper question now that we're 5 minutes in, and it's taken me 5 minutes to get here, but have you ever felt lost in life? Let me conjure up some ways. Maybe you just recently got over a breakup in a relationship, maybe a job loss. You were just fired, or you were downsized, or you were a redundant entity within your company. Maybe an accident came up. Maybe a life event or even a crisis in your life had just thrown you now into the unknown. You feel lost in life. You don't know what's going on. And, well, why are you lost? Because suddenly, in a moment in time, you had just woken up and you had felt, track with me here, guys, you had felt in that moment that you were going in the wrong direction. Right? You just had a recent breakup, you just had a job loss, an accident, a life event, a crisis, or something that just happened in your life that has thrown you now into the world of the unknown. And you have become quickened. You are now alive. You are now awake. And you have realized, there's a feeling in you that you have realized that you are going in the wrong direction. And the funny thing is when you discover you're lost, you've already been lost for a while. Let that sink in. When it comes to the context of life and feeling lost in life, whenever you discover you've been lost, well, it means that you've actually been lost for a while. I mean, isn't this the truth? When you're traveling in another country, I can remember an example in Paris. When I was going in Paris, I remember taking this right hand down this alleyway. It looked like the right way. It looked like the thing I was supposed to do. I ended up walking down there. I walked 200, 300 meters, took a left or took a right, and started taking another couple turns. And lo and behold, before I knew it, I was easily 6 or 7 turns into this unknown. And it was only at that time, finally, when my ego finally caught up with my lack of ego caught up to me, and I finally said, you know what, maybe it's time to bust out that French book and find those notes and ask someone who seems like they're not going to be angry with me, and ask them, how can I find X, Y, and Z? You see, the funny thing is, again, when you discover you're lost, well, you've been lost for a while. And this means that you have been lost before you knew you were lost. You were lost before you knew you were actually really lost. And what is fascinating to me, and I'm going to use this in both contexts, so track with me here. What is so fascinating to me, and I'm just going to speak as a man here, okay? A man, not even a man. I'm just going to speak as me, Peter, okay? Whenever I have found that I have gotten lost, let's just say from a geographic location, like geographic context, like lost in Paris or lost in England or Korea or Tokyo or all the other various places that I've visited. Whenever I'm lost, isn't it fascinating? Isn't it fascinating? We tend to go faster when we're lost. It's like, okay, I'm lost now. Okay, I got to make up time. Okay, I don't know if this is the right turn. We're just going to take this turn. Okay, we're going to go down this road. Oh, man, this totally wasn't the right turn. Oh, let's take a left. Let's backtrack. Like, things start moving faster. And this is so very much the truth when it comes to life as well. Is it not? Is that when you finally discover that you've been lost, you've already been lost for a while, and you have been lost before you even knew it. And in the slow realization of knowing that you are lost, you end up picking up the pace. The emotions arise. You end up creating emotional decisions. You move faster than you need to. You take on the advice of others. You take on the quickest solution at that point, the quickest answer you can get. Is it right or left? I don't care. Just tell me, right or left. Someone says left. You take that answer. You go with it. But here's the problem. Let's pump the brakes when it comes to feeling lost in life. When we are lost in life, we don't ask for solutions. No one ever asks for solutions, but what we end up finding in the emotionality of realizing that we are lost, we end up taking solutions. Let me give you a very simple example from being geographically lost. When you're geographically lost in a city, you don't ask for solutions. You don't go up to someone and say, what you do is you go up to someone and say, how can I, let's say we're in New York City, you're a foreigner in New York City. You say, how can I find the Empire State Building, right? Give me directions to the Empire State Building, right? You're not asking for the answer to your troubles. You're not asking for a solution to life's biggest problems. You're lost. You need to find someone, give me directions, a direction to head, the right direction to head. That's what you really want. But yet when we get emotionally enwrapped, when we get emotionally crazy by feeling lost in life, we start clinging to quick answers, quick solutions. But we don't need any of that. What we really need is we needed to ask for a new direction. Show me, tell me. There's a place that I wanted to go. There was an expectation that needed to be met. There was a goal that I wanted to have. See, that's when it comes to being lost in life, is that there was a goal, an expectation, an end result that you had in mind, and it disappeared because of a breakup or a job loss or an accident or a life event or a crisis, right? When it comes to the direction of life, when it comes to not being lost in life and the directions of life, we want successful relationships. No one wants ruined relationships, right? We had an expectation that this relationship was going to go the right way. And then on Tuesday, she said she wanted no more. On Thursday, he said, you know what? We just want to be friends. Things changed. The expectation has been destroyed. You are now lost. Right? No one goes into a marriage saying, this marriage is going to be shitty. No, we have an expectation that the marriage is going to go well. Right? But when the marriage dissolves, and let's be honest, guys, marriages don't dissolve overnight. Having a master's in counseling, I can tell you, going through my clinicals to finish my master's in counseling, I will tell you, marriages do not dissolve. Relationships do not dissolve overnight. Sometimes they take 20 years to dissolve, and you have been lost. Some of them have been lost for 10, 15, 20 years. And the grand expectations 40 years ago when they got married is nowhere near what the reality is today, right? When you're feeling lost in life, it's because you had a job opportunity. You had expectations for the job success. You had an entire scenario played out that you were going to get this job. It was going to get you to X, and then you were going to go to Y, and then you were going to get promoted to Z, right? But now that they fired you, they let you go. They let you down. Promises weren't kept. You are now lost because the expectation of that future is no longer viable. What about that business idea, that startup idea, right? It was great. Everything was great. You got funded. You got a great team. The product is on target. But then suddenly the market shifts. Consumer appetites change. The environment of funding dries up, and now you are lost. You don't need solutions. There are no solutions to the business idea that's failed. You need a new direction. You see, we don't have problems to be fixed when we are lost in life. Please don't forget what I'm about to say. We don't have problems to be fixed in life when you are lost. You can't be fixed in life when you are lost in life. You know why? Because unlike directions when you're stuck in a city that you don't know, There's very little consequences to finding the right directions or asking for directions and getting back on the right path. You break down your ego, you ask, ¿Dónde está el baño? Or whatever. And someone gives you the directions and you head in the right direction. But when it comes to being lost in life, guys, there's no problems to be fixed. The expectations of that successful relationship, gone. The expectations of that successful marriage, gone. The expectations of that job that you were hanging everything on, gone. The expectations of that business project, that new startup, that new hustle that you thought was going to change your life, gone. You don't have a problem to be fixed now because it's gone. And frankly, you can't be fixed. Why? Because you can't unplug and start over. You bring all of your failings, all of your life, you bring all of your baggage with you. Whenever you are lost in life, you will bring you with you. And so, man, you say, well, Peter, wow, all these thoughts, yes, see my notes here? All these thoughts came from you from a random assumed Frenchman with his beautiful little bell there asking you for directions early this morning at Starbucks. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't want this to be a depressing thing because I know in my life I have felt lost when things haven't gone my way. I have felt lost when that opportunity falls through. I have felt lost when suddenly I'm hit by a ton of bricks on the side of my fucking face and I have to wake up the next day and realize, holy shit, nothing's the same. Everything's changed around me, but the problem is I don't have a solution, and the problem is I still have to deal with me. The situation in the world has changed. The market has changed. The business has changed. The relationship has changed. All that stuff has changed, but I'm waking up with me, and I have to deal with me. I can't unplug. I can't pull out the cartridge from the Nintendo and blow on it. I can't do that. You can't reset life. You always bring you with you. So what is the solution? What is the solution when you are feeling lost in life? I'll give it to you. You just need to change direction, and then you'll begin to change. Let me repeat that. You just need to change direction, and you will begin to change. Please don't miss this, guys. Please don't miss what I'm about to say. It's noteworthy. It's worth writing down wherever you are. Write this. Here it goes. Your current behavior is a better indicator of the future than your intentions. I wrote this down. I asterisked it. Please, let me repeat this. Your current behavior today is a better indicator of the future than your intentions. The road is paved with good fucking intentions. You know what? I intended to have a McLaren P1 by now, a $2 million car. I intended to have that. You know what I intended to have? I intended to have a G6 airplane. I know what I intended to have? I intended to have 9 kids. I intended to be, The road is paved with good intentions, but good intentions never get you anywhere. Please don't miss this. Your current behavior today is a greater indicator of the future than your intentions. You just need to change direction. What is that really a fancy way of saying? Number one, 3 things real quick. What behaviors are contributing to your feeling of being lost in life? Number 1, what behaviors are contributing to your feeling of being lost in life? Are you fat as fuck? Are you eating shit? Is your body fucked up? Guess what? Your current behavior of eating shit, not sleeping right, not going working out, not eating the right food is a better indicator of your fucked up direction, your fucked up future, your fucked up body than your intentions. I find it so fascinating. The tension between humans when it comes to current behavior and their intentions. Motherfuckers are always talking about, hey, I want to do X, I want to do Y. Then why is nothing in your life that I see moving you in the direction of what you want to be, what you want to do? It's the whole same as with dating. Like I want to find the perfect man. I want to find the perfect. You do? Well, then why don't you prepare to be the perfect man or the perfect woman that the other person's looking for? Because you was fat as fuck. You was nasty. You were not ready for the perfect man. And frankly, the perfect man, the perfect woman, they won't want you. They don't want you. Because you're not living a life. Hey, when you say that you're looking for the perfect woman, perfect man, guess what they're looking for? The same thing. A perfect man, a perfect woman, and you ain't it. Because you ain't doing shit to prepare yourself to be that man, be that perfect woman. What behaviors are, number one, what behaviors are contributing to your feeling of feeling lost in life? Do you have bad, you want to get a new job? You want to get a new career? Then what of your behaviors are contributing to your feeling stuck in that job? What about, I talked about people who want to be debt free, want to be financially free. Well, okay. Why did you buy that brand new BMW at $512 per month? What the fuck is wrong with you? You want to be debt free? You want to be financially free? Why are you doing stupid shit? Your current behavior is a better indicator of your future than your intentions. Oh, God, I want to intend to be debt free. I want to intend to have a great job. I want to intend to have a great startup. I want to intend to have a great body. I want to intend to have lots of money. Okay, great. I intend to have all those too, but guess what? I'm actually doing something about it. So number one, what behaviors are contributing to your feeling of being lost? Number two, we're not looking for solutions here. There is the solutions. There are no solutions. There's only a new direction, which means a new behavior. Pick one behavior today. Number two, pick one behavior today. What are you going to change? You want to get healthy? Then fucking stop smoking. Stop vaping. Stop smoking that weed. You don't need it. You don't need it. You're going to sit on your deathbed and be like, damn, I wish I had smoked more cigarettes. Damn, I wish I drank more. Damn, I wish I smoked more of that bizzity bud, that whizzity weed. Come on. There are no solutions to your life. There's only new directions, i.e. new behaviors. Pick a behavior today. Change it. And number three, you start today. Your behavior, if you're writing notes down, your behavior determines your direction. Your behavior determines your direction. Let me say it again. Your behavior determines your direction. I can tell you, as an ex-smoker, Lord have mercy, thank you, Jesus, that I no longer smoke cigarettes. Fuck. That was a decade in the making. I quit 1,000 fucking times. Easily. And I will admit it to you till the day is long. I was addicted to smoking. But you know what? I quit. And you know what it took? It took exactly everything I'm talking about here. I was feeling lost. Not in like the whole big meta sense, but I was feeling lost. I was tired of the addiction. I was tired of the tingles. I was tired of waking up with a sore throat. I was tired of the morning coughs. I was tired of the mid-afternoon coughs. I was tired of the late night coughs. I was tired of all of it. And I just got fed up. And so I woke up one day and I said, I'm just not going to start the day with a cigarette. I changed that one behavior. Was it hard? Hells yeah, it was. But did I stick to it? Hells yeah, it was. Do I have a triumphant story that I can tell you right now? Hell yeah, I do. Am I proud of it? Hell fucking yeah. Do I mind telling my kids that I used to smoke and I quit? No. Do I hope that they never pick up smoking? Absolutely. But I will never play down how hard it was for me to change that one behavior. It's what I needed to conquer in my life. I needed to do it, but I had to start. And look at me, guys, not even close to perfect. It took over 10 years to quit that shit. And I'm not even telling you how long I fucking smoked. More than 10 years, that's for sure. Guys, have you ever felt lost? Have you ever felt lost in life? That's natural. We break up with people. We feel lost. Jobs get changed. We feel lost. Accidents happen. We feel lost. Life events happen. We feel lost. Crises in our life put us into a position of feeling lost. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game of life. But remember, the answers you seek, well, there are no answers when you're lost. There's only a new direction. And the only way to get unstuck, to get unlost, is to go a new direction. And what that means is to change a simple behavior. So tell me, are you lost? What behaviors do you need to change today? This is Peter, the Bitcoin Lambo. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, smash the like button, and share this with someone in your network. We also do podcasts, so check us out on iTunes, Google Play, all the fun stuff. I'll see you guys later.